So good morning, everyone. Welcome to our CB Gables Grove office meeting. As I mentioned before, please call your colleagues and ask them to get on. We're going to open up our meeting as we usually do with our business partners. But first, a big thank you to Miami Realtors, to Christy Denny's for hosting this meeting for us and all the great information. I know in advance, I have to say thank you, Christy, because I know you have a lot of great information for us today. Not sure. Okay, well, it doesn't look like we have our business partners on here just yet. You know how the mornings, we all know how it gets complicated. So if they jump in at some point after Christie's presentation, we'll move on to our mortgage update and our Sunbelt title update. Deb, if you do figure it out, go ahead and text me at some point and we'll love to get you on there. I know Deb did want to thank quite a few agents because she's gotten a record number of deals. And if I don't know if you saw a recent post from her and also from our office on the 5+ Club. So if you want to know what the 5+ Club is and you want to know what the rewards are, reach out to Deborah Lake. And she's going to go ahead and put her contact right there in the chat if possible, or we can push something out later today. So Christy Denny, thank you again for hosting us today. We're really excited to hear about this application. And then right after Christy presents to us about the new MLS app, the Touch, we're going to have a guest speaker, which you all probably know already. Our very dear colleague, Cassie Larios, Casey is going to be presenting to us Rock 14. So I see Casey's already here too. Casey will be a speaker right after Christy finishes her presentation. So Christy, it's all yours. We can't wait to hear what you have to tell us.
Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having the Miami Association here with you today. We're going to go over MLS-Touch, which is the application that now is working with your Matrix system. It is the only fully integrated system with Matrix. So we are going to start on miamirealtor.com. The first thing I want to do is show you what is integrated with Matrix. I'm going to move from here, rolling down to the new Miami Gateway. That'll give us access to all of our new products and services within our resource panel. We're going to move into Matrix first, and I'm going to show you what is integrated when it comes to the app that I'm going to move over and show you the application. So under my Matrix, we have quite a lot of information that we use on a daily basis. Those contacts that are already inside of Matrix, when you download MLS-Touch, contacts will be syndicated automatically, as well as all of our saved searches. So if you have saved any searches inside of Matrix, it will pop up on MLS-Touch. You'll also be able to find any of your carts that you've added in through Matrix. Aside from that, when it comes to your add edit section, when you first download the application, I want you to take a look at it and see if your headshot is inside of the program. If it is not inside of the program, the first step you're going to do is move into Matrix, move into the add edit section, and find where it says roster. This is going to allow you to manage the photo within the application. So the only way to upload your photo to personalize it is through the actual Matrix system. Or it says quick modify, you would add in your license number and click on the edit button. That'll give you access to being able to manage photos. This will allow you to click and browse your photos so that you can upload it into the system. So this would be your step if you don't have a photo or would like to upgrade the photo within the app. You also have another section that we want to cover. Within your information, you have a section that's called settings. Inside of settings, you can customize the program inside of my information. Part of my information is your customer portal, which is One Home. You are able to update your mobile app, the look and the feel of it, add in your logo, add in that photo, and that information, whatever you add in, is going to go ahead and automatically syndicate to One Home, reflecting the portal of your customer. Okay. Do you feel good with what's linking up? If you do, let me go ahead and share my phone so I can show you the app. That's my princess. All right, so this is MLS-Touch. This is the application that we're going to be reviewing today. Now, the first time that you log into the system, it is going to ask you a few questions. It's going to ask you, what state do you belong in? We're going to choose Florida, and it's also going to ask you what association you belong to. You're going to go ahead and add in that you belong to the Miami Association. To get inside of your app for the first time, all you need is going to be the username and the password that you typically use every single day when you access your Miami Gateway and Matrix. Same login information. Where you're going to verify if you have a photo or not, top right-hand corner. This is a test account, but where mine says empty, that's where you're going to verify if you have a photo. We're going to start our training at the bottom right-hand corner, and we're going to go through all of the different icons so that we have a good understanding on how we can use that mobile app. Clicking on these 3 lines that say more, that's going to be our first step. From here, you can go ahead and verify if you have that photo. In my case, I do not have the photo, so I would have to move into the Add Edit section to add it in. Since this is a test account, it doesn't reflect, but yours will reflect. Moving on down, you'll be able to see your real estate company and your information. Any of your searches that you've added into the system will be available here. I'm going to tap it with my thumb. You're going to have 2 types of searches here. That first one, top left-hand corner says MLS-Touch. So you are able to save searches as you search for your customers on the app, and they will reflect here. If you move over to the right, there's another tab that says Matrix. If you have any Matrix searches already saved, this is where they're going to syndicate to. Moving on back using the arrow key will take me back into the 3 lines. Now that we know where our saved searches are, the next option is search by number. If I tap on search by number, I'll be able to search for properties using a specific MLS number. Actually, you're able to search multiple numbers all at the same time, and these numbers will stay in the system until you remove them. So if you need to go back and you need to check, well, you can always do so using the search by MLS number. All right, the next section that I have, moving on to the back. And into the next section, we have InstaView. InstaView is very interesting. This will allow you to tap, and if there happens to be any properties that are listed within 410 feet of where you're located, it will reflect on that search. This is a great tool if you're showing property. So if you're right in front of that house and you open InstaView in front of the property, all of the properties around you will open up, including including the property that you're showing. So as you walk that property, you can open up that field and review the information like price, right? Location, how many days it's been on the market. You can pull comparables that we'll look at shortly. And you have all of the information available in the MLS. This also includes, for example, Realist. This is a new addition. We now have a tax roll option available inside of the app, as well as attachments. So if the agent has created or added attachments into the MLS, this one in particular does not, they would reflect here. If I needed to find properties around where I'm showing a property, you can use that 460. And if the agent is using showing time, you can now schedule a showing directly from the app, which I think is very, very cool, as long as that property was already syndicated to receive showing requests through showing time. All the way at the bottom, you do have contact information. So you're showing the property. If you need to call the agent, it is right here. And you can also see what has happened within that property. So you get the history of it. So as it's changed, maybe statuses, prices, how many days on the market, it's right here. So moving on back. Moving on back. We are back at the 3 lines, and that really great tool is called InstaView. The next section is called My Listings. If you have listings, you're able to tap them right over here and you get access to a list view. Now, I currently do not have any listings, but within your listings, you are able to edit them as well. Not only will you be able to edit those listings, but you'll be able to edit certain things, the most popular things that you would edit on your phone. For example, you can edit price, you can edit status, you can edit remarks right from My Listings. Okay, so it's a great option. You also have another option regarding My Listings. You're able to share them, right? Just as you would be able to share any property that's available on the app. Moving on down, you have a section that's called Members. Members is a great tool. You're able to tap on here and you can look up any member that you would like that is a professional with the Miami Association of Realtors. So if you wanted to do a quick search of an agent, maybe you're currently working with them or you want to give them a call and do a quick overview of their information or their activity, you could do so here. So I looked up one of our members. I'm going to go ahead and tap him, and that'll give me access to a photo. Any of his upcoming or coming soon listings, I'll able to preview if he has any additional on-market listings, what he's closed, representing the seller, what he's closed representing the buyer, contact information that I can catch right away. I can call him, I can email him, and up at the top, you do have that little figurine, the silhouette, where you can tap on here and add this person into your contacts if you know you'll be following up with them. This is one of the features that agents seem to like a lot. Moving on down to the 3 lines. So far, we feel good with where I can find my searches, how I can find property within MLS, how I can search property within 420 feet of where I am, how I can access my listings and that I can edit them, and how I can search other members that are part of the association. The next section we want to go over is you do have a mortgage calculator. Now, keep in mind, this application, you can share it with other customers. And the mortgage calculator is going to be one of those features that they get too. So if you tap on mortgage calculator or calculator, it'll allow you to begin to allow them to get a price of what that monthly payment might be. So let's say their house is going to be 800,000. Typically, the system will go ahead and add it in as a 10% down payment. And then interest rate, we are able to come back in here and edit that number if we'd like to. We can then scroll up and you can change the amortization if you'd like. So mine is currently listed at 25 years. I can expand that time to 30. I can go into 20, 15, 10, right? All the way down to 5. I'm going to leave it at 25. On a monthly basis, they can take a look at that potential payment, or they can go semi-monthly, bi-weekly, or bi-week. If I wanted to share this, remember, when they get your app, they'll have access. But some agents, as they share property, they like to do a little quick screenshot and share it that way. Moving on back. That's the calculator. Now, if I'm not with you and you'd like to review all of the great features that MLS-Touch has available, you have a section that's called Discover MLS-Touch that you can tap on here, and it'll give you a rundown of all of the great options that MLS-Touch has. Clicking on skip. Moving on down, we're going to start talking about actually editing our app and being able to start to share our application with the public. So here we have brand and share. This is where you're going to take your app and make it yours. You're able to customize it. I'm going to tap on brand and share. And from here, I'll just go ahead and tap on continue at the bottom. This will give me access to place my logo. So for example, I can tap on select. That'll give me access to all of the photos in my phone. We want to make sure to allow access so that you can grab that. But I did want to mention that you are able to also edit your colors. If you don't have a logo over here, that is perfectly fine, because Coldwell Banker does have an additional benefit in the app. You're able to click on the droplet where it says presets, and Coldwell Banker is already in here. So I can tap Coldwell Banker, I can click on OK, and the system will automatically be branded to your franchise, to Coldwell. Now from here, the colors are already in place as well, but if you wanted to change them, you can tap and further edit. I think it looks great as is. Once we've added in our colors, our logo, we're going to take a second and preview how everything that we're going to send out is going to look. So in the preview section, it's the white little button. You can tap on there and you have the option to seeing how any emails that you're going to send out of the app, how it's going to look with your branding. I'm going to tap on there. And this is what that email is going to look like. We'll have our colors in place, our logo in place, our information in place. Once your photo is added, it'll be available on the second page. Clicking on close. Clicking on preview, my other option is going to be, well, how do my listings going to look? I can tap on there and see how my branding will appear. Okay, they'll have access to all of the information regarding the address, the status, the price, the photos. They can share with a friend on social media and have access to your virtual tours. They're also able to print, view basic information like the bedrooms, the baths, and the descriptions, general information, cost and evaluation as well. Towards the bottom, they'll get that mortgage estimator that's also available with your contact details available as well, such as your phone number, your email, your site. Clicking on close. Now that we're satisfied with our branding, if I wanted to lock it into place, I'm going to click that blue button that says Apply Colors and Logos right under Preview. Once I click on that, it says Colors and Logo have been saved. I can click on OK again and start to share my app. How do you share it? You have a few different ways that you can do so. There's a green button at the bottom that says Share My App. You're going to tap on that button to start sharing. You have three methods here. The first one, and probably the easiest one, is send by SMS. This means I want to send it in a text message. I'm going to tap on Send by SMS. It's going to pull up your phone, and I already have access to all of my contacts from my phone at the top. The system says, "Hi there, please use this link to download my mobile app." Everyone has a specialty link available to them. It says, "If requested, here's the code to access my mobile app. Contact me if you need any help. Regards, your first name and your last name." Can you edit this? Well, of course, you can always come back in here, right? Add in your customer's name. And then at the top, I have everyone on my phone. So I'll just start to add in that person and go ahead and send it through. So you can text it. Now, you can text it to someone that is not on your contacts. You can start to key in their phone number right away, so they don't need to be in your contacts for you to be able to share. Your next option is by email. If you have a person interested in sending it by email, you can tap Send by Email. It's going to pull the email that's associated with your phone, so you want to make sure that you give it the permission. And the system says, "Hi there. As a real estate agent, I have exclusive access to the MLS database, and I want to share it with you." From there, up at the top where it says to, go ahead and key in the email address, clicking at the top to send, and that's another way that I can send my link. If I have customers that use WhatsApp or I want to share it through social media, you have a free link at the top. You can tap on here. That'll allow you to copy it, and however you'd like to share it, you can. So for example, if you want to take this link and add it to your signature, that's a great idea. So people can have the option to download your link. I'm going to go ahead and get out of the mobile app for a second, open up my WhatsApp. And go ahead and paste it inside. All right, and that is the preview. If I wanted to send it through WhatsApp, that's how they would get it. If I wanted to go ahead and share it on maybe my Facebook, that's another way that I can share it. What's on your minds? I'll go ahead and add it in. When you share to social media that's link-based, for example, Facebook, once the image comes out, I can delete this because it's already embedded in the image. So then I can say, get access to the MLS. Get access to the MLS and download my free mobile app. Okay. I took that last word, post. And that's another way that I can share my app with the public. All right, and there it is. Now, once you do have the app, I have one more little tip for you. You could take a screenshot so that you can put it on Instagram. That's one of the ways. But I wanted to show you that if somebody taps on here, they're actually going to be downloading a separate application. And you see that there's two pages that came out when I tapped on it. So I wanted to show you, this is what they get and this is what they download. They download MLS Client. They can tap get and they add in your code and they're linked with you. So from here, this is an insight into what they're getting. It says find your next home. This is what their dashboard looks like. So from here, they can search. Advanced search means they have access to filters. They can save their searches. They can favorite them. They can search by MLS number. My agent is your profile. So all of your information is going to fall into this space. Tips, right, for them during the process of purchasing a home. That mortgage calculator we talked about, they have it here as well. And then where it says messages, this is the ability for them to chat with you through the app. On their end, they're able to see quite a lot of information about all of the properties that they search. They also have access to InstaView. So if they're in a neighborhood, they can pop up their app and start searching right away. They can favorite stuff and they can share with you what they like. Here are some of the filters that they get. They can see it in list view. They can also run comparables. The comparable is a little bit different than what we're kind of used to calling a comparable, but I'll show you in just a bit. They tap on get and they're able to download your application. All right. If I wanted to share it on Instagram for our Instagram users, when you clicked on that app, we got two pages. We got the ability for them to review what they're going to get. And you also have this page. So if your customer happens to be a Google Play user, they also have the option if they have an Android phone. And if you wanted to share it this way, this is a nice screenshot you could do. And this is a great option for social media, for Instagram. So I do need this. Going back into my app, I'll grab my link, copy it, move into IG, and I would make this a story. Making it a story will allow me to add in a link. Top button under the little face. I can go ahead and grab a link right over here. Paste my link where it says URL. And then do a custom sticker. So I'm going to say, you have full access to the MLS. Or however you'd like to link it. And it's good to go. Maybe add in a click icon. And from there, they can start downloading your app right away. So those are different ways that you can share your MLS app once you brand it. A great way to generate leads with your new application. Those are your 3 ways. Plus a little social media. Moving on back. All right, moving back into the 3 lines. So far we've branded and we've also shared our app underneath configurations. This is another section that is brand new. This is called Share My Branded App. You can tap on here. And that'll also give you access. Okay, so you can go through share and brand, or you can just simply share from Share My Branded App. Towards the bottom, this is what I meant to say was brand new. This is Facebook publishing tool. If you tap on here, you can link the application to your Facebook business page. If you don't have a Facebook business page, it's not going to work. But since it's linked over with Matrix, you are able to connect with Facebook. Once you connect with Facebook, anytime you drop the price, do an open house, sell it, right? It went under contract or closed, it'll create an image for you and you can click to immediately publish it onto Facebook. All right. Clicking on connect will allow you to move through the processes of adding in your username and password to Facebook to connect the application. So it does a little bit of the heavy lifting for you when it comes to updating your social media page on the changes of that listing. Third-party integration. So as I tap on here, this is just a list of everything that's integrated between MLS and your mobile app that we talked about in beginning of class. You have your contacts, you have your client portal is also synced through One Home. You've got your saved searches, your carts, and then that One Home brand and share is also integrated. If you want to unselect that, you can. My recommendation is to leave it alone. Moving in the more sections so far, we're almost done with configurations. You've got settings. I feel settings are a personal, the nitty gritty of how you'd like properties to be seen. But I want to show you under settings, the notifications. This is all of the different ways that your app is going to tell you of the activity that's happening with your customers. Notifications. You'll get push notifications anytime you get a message from a contact, whenever you get a new lead. What is a new lead? That means that they've downloaded the application, they've added in your code, and now you can accept them as a new lead. New contact favorites. If they have a favorite property, they hit that little heart button, you'll get a notification. And then if any of the properties you sent them, they happen to disregard and don't like, you also get a push. Moving on back. Regarding the calculator, inside of preferences, I did want to show you because some agents prefer the 10%, some agents prefer 20%. So if you wanted to change that preset, you can, as well as other options. But I want to show you kind of the most important stuff today. Moving on back. As we move through here, if you have an issue with the mobile app, you have technical support. What I like about the technical support is when I send them an email, that's going to pull information for you automatically that you won't have to try to figure out yourself. It's going to tell you the app version, the type of phone you have, your member information. So you can just say, this is the issue that I'm having, and they can help you from there. Delete draft. Going on back. Next section, really important. This is feedback. So you guys are the ones that are going to be out really using the application with customers. If you have feedback, go ahead and click on send feedback and do so. So for example, one of the features that they want to enhance is the filter of pool. So as you guys use the app and you want additional fields added in, please send your feedback. Help Center, so if you need tutorials, privacy policy is here. This is the heaviest part of the application where you can find everything, but basically whatever you need, it's under the more section. Moving into the next area, this is members. So I'm going to tap on members. This is going to give me access to what we've already know. You can use members to look up an agent from any company in the association in the same way that we could do so under more. You just have a new tab for it. Contacts, if you want to see what's happening with your customers. This is a test account, but if you're looking at yours under contacts, you're going to have access to all of the customers that were already inside of Matrix are going to be here. Also, if you take one of those customers that were in Matrix and you tap on them, any of their interactions that they've done on One Home are going to be available here. Also, if you want to add a new contact, you could import it from your phone. So on the bottom, you have the import option and you can check off anybody from your phone that you'd like to add. If you want to manually add somebody in, top right-hand corner, you have a section that says add. From here, you can either create a new contact. Now, I want to take the time to create a new contact in the sense of look at all of the information that they ask so that you can come back and connect with them. It asks for basic information, first name and last name, email and phone and address, but it also asks for you to select their preferred language, their professional title, what company are they from, and you can add in special anniversaries so that you can connect with them and you can remember birthdays, transaction anniversary, mortgage renewal, and additional important birthday dates, maybe an anniversary that you can touch base on. And then you save at the top. So you can do it manually using create a new contact, or you can import anybody from your device. So you would select one of your customers or multiple, tap on done, and it'll be available here. When you start to work with them, you'll be able to see anything that they favorited, anything that they discarded, and this is the button that you're able to chat directly with them. If you've had them in your contacts already and you sent them any listings through the app, they'll be available here. If you have a cart for them, they'll be available here. When you shared the application with them, it'll let you know you've shared it with them maybe a week ago. Any private notes that you have regarding this customer, you can add here. I have an appointment with them Tuesday regarding an open house. Any private notes you can write down. Mobile information, preferred language is available. You can come back and edit if you wish. All right, so I think that they've created a user-friendly flow for the application. Leads, if somebody downloads your application, puts in your code, under leads, they're going to appear. You would then tap on them and they'll move over into contacts, where you can then come back and start to monitor their information. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, and that is, let's say I wanted to do some searches. So if you wanted to search, that is the map icon. So I'm going to tap on the map icon. Let me tap on my results or my filters, and I'm just going to reset everything. All right. I reset everything, so I got everything. But from here, you have the ability to search. You can search by county, by city, by area, by zip code, by address. You have a little looking glass. So let's say I'm going to tap in here. When I tap in there, you have two options. The first option says, whenever you're going to add in that county, that city, that area, the zip code, the address, you can select, okay, show me exactly where that area is and create the boundary. So if I type in here Coral Gables and select MLS area and listing, it'll take me directly into Coral Gables and then place the boundary. If I type in Coral Gables, but then jump to location, I will go to Coral Gables on the map, but then I can still search around it. Okay, so it depends how much restriction you want. So let's say I'll do Coral Gables. I'll give it a second, and then I'm going to choose MLS area and listing, clicking on the plus sign, and then tapping on done at the bottom. That's going to go ahead and move me right into Coral Gables, creating that boundary for me. Now, as I work with customers, I'm probably going to have to filter a little bit more. So on the top right-hand corner where it says filter, we're going to give that a tap. From here, I'm going to open up type of property. At this time, it says that there's multiple options open. Now, when you guys click on this, assume that you're in Matrix and you've opened up an RE1, RE2 search, where what's selected is all, right, for single family and all for condominium. So let's say I'm interested in, right, no condos, co-ops, villas, or townhomes, and I specifically am interested in the single family home, but I have all property types here. You've got your multifamily income, your residential land, your rental property, exactly how you would find it on the MLS. Let's do single family, and I'm going to apply the filter on the top. From here, I'm going to say that my price points, let's do my maximum is, let's say 7 million, and I'm going to apply. From here, I want a minimum of 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and then living area, we'll do a minimum living area of 3,000 square feet. And then I'm going to apply that change. From here, I have lot area. You've got source, open houses. You've got year built, style of business, and more criteria. But let's tap on search. As I search, I now have the number of results is 18. You could open up your map, right? All of these are live, and I can tap on here. And that's going to give me access to the property. If this is one of the properties I'd like to share, I can go ahead and add it. I'll drag it up with my thumb, and I have share options on the left-hand side. I'm going to tap on that prong, And from here, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to send it by SMS. So I'm going to tap send by SMS, and I've got a few options. Either I can send it to Alex because he's already in my contacts, as well as any of the contacts that I have. Tap. It'll pull up my phone. It's going to send it to him. It'll have that link, and then I can send. But let's say I pulled this up and I'm sending it to somebody who I don't have in my contacts yet. That's okay. I can tap on share. I can do SMS, and I can either add the customer and I can add them on the fly, or I can decide, you know what, for now, I'm just going to skip it. I want to send it to them quickly. It goes directly into my phone, and I'll punch in whoever I'd like to send it to. So you have more freedom when it comes to who you can share this with and how quickly you can do so. Under share, keep in mind, you can also send by email, you can send by message. So when it comes to send in message, this means I want to chat with somebody. So in order for me to chat, I would have to have had a lead or a customer download the app so we can chat throughout the application. If I want to copy this MLS number to then come back and search for it later, I can. And let's say I wanted to do an overview of this property. I can take a look. Maybe I want to scroll all the way to the bottom, see who the listing agent is, see how long it's been on the market, take a look at maybe some of the remarks, the broker remarks, and I want to follow up on this later. I do have the option to clicking on this little star, and that means this is going to be a favorite that I can come back to. Moving on back. I took some time to create this search. So if you wanted to save a particular search, saving the search is easy. You can tap on Save Search at the bottom. You can tap on here, and I'm going to say this is my Coral Gables search for Alex. Tapping on Create. And the search is good, and I can go back into the More section and follow up. If I wanted to look at this in a list view, I can tap on List. And I want to show you now how I can send more than one property. So let's say I wanted to send all of these. The max number of properties you can send is going to be 10. So I can click on these three buttons and I can decide, do you want to add these all to your favorites? Do you want to send them by email? Do you want to send them by text? Do you want to create a cart to show them later? I'm going to do SMS. That's the most popular. They're going to push off to the right, and they're going to expose a little dot. This one doesn't have an image, so I'm not going to select it, but the other ones, I'll go ahead and select them, so I'm ready to send them out. The max is 10. I'm going to send out 7. Once you're done selecting everything you want to send, tapping on Done will give me access to either adding them to Alex, adding a new customer, or skipping and adding an additional person. So I'll go ahead and I'll add them and send them to Alex. Here they are, ready to go, and clicking on Send. I got another option for you. Let's say I only have 8 options here, so I want to go back into my filters and see maybe I can get creative about my search. What if I do inside of status? I've got property type, I got listing status, and I'm looking at active. But maybe I can tap on here and take a look at maybe all the expireds. Maybe in selecting expireds, I'll have more homes that I can search for that fall under the budget of my customer. Maybe we can follow up with these individuals or these homes. So this is another way that you can search using your filters. Moving into filter and moving under the section that says more criteria will give you also HOPA, number of garages, parking, style, waterfront, pool is here, and amenities. Moving on back. Moving on reset. All right. I'm going to open up one of these listings. Well, let's open up one of the active ones. I'm going to open up one of these listings, and I want to show you another cool option. Your customers can now look at properties using a 3D map. Okay, and they're able to view everything. So this is another really great feature that they're able to use. They're able to view the property in a 3D format. Clicking on the X. They also have a view map section. So when they do view map, as well as when you do view map, you do have the option of getting additional insight using the little eye. If you tap on that little eye, you have map settings on the bottom. Some of those map settings include school, traffic, parcel boundaries, flooding. So if you want to verify flooding, you can view it on a map and you can also view it as a satellite view. Let's move away from parcel and check out flooding. So another cool, nifty tool that you have available within the app that you can use. Showing time. If I needed to ask for an appointment, I can tap on showing time. Now, if it is available to show this way, I'll have it. If it's not, it'll immediately show me the message that they're not accepting appointments that way. But if they are connected, we can do so. Moving over to the right, you also have a print section. So if you wanted to tap print, and you have exactly what a full view would look like. If you wanted to share this with a customer, you can. Tapping on the top, it'll create a PDF for you. You can send it through WhatsApp if you are a WhatsApp user, or you can send it through email. You can also send it to your customers. And it looks great. Another option, I spoke about attachments. This property has 6 attachments inside of MLS. They're now syndicated right into the app. So if I needed to see history, seller disclosures, lead-based paint, this lead-based paint disclosure, special tax, survey, floor plans, I have them available to find them right through my phone. Top right-hand corner, you see this little icon here? It's like a little arrow. You can tap on here and that'll give you access to the panorama, which I think looks really good here. So if I wanted to share this, it's unbranded, tap. And with the listing, I can also send this. So I send a link, I send this. This is a way to capture their attention. So that's another way that you can share information. And that little icon is right up here. Looking at the different pictures, just swipe your thumb. Okay, clicking on back. To the right, you also have the option of statistics. If you pull statistics, you'll be able to look at them based on the 23 matches that I'm looking at. You have on market statistics with the price point of the properties that you currently have view. So it's looking at the 23 properties to give me statistics on price, the lowest, the median, and the highest price. The property type, we are currently looking at all single family homes, days on market, the average, and the longest and the shortest. You have that for on market, sold, and leased. You can manipulate this area from 1 year all the way out to 2 years. So moving on to maps, this is one of the ways that you can search. I think they've done a great job of making it a user-friendly experience using your searches and your filters. I've got another tip for you. This is our homepage. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing. Let me remove my area, reset my features or my filters. You could also draw on your map. So you have this little pencil and you're able to draw within the map instead of search. So that's another option. Tapping on the pencil will allow you to search within any of the drawings that you want. And if you want to remove that drawing, you tap on your pencil again. If you want to search exactly around where you are, you open up a property in a neighborhood, you tap on that little airplane icon, and it'll pull the details for you. So I'm currently in this area. It'll show me all of the houses around my area. And within this area, now that I have properties, I'll go ahead and tap on that pencil again. And let's say I just want this little area here. I got my image, and then tapping on the pencil again, it'll give me all the properties. So those are other features on your map. On the bottom, you have home. So far we've covered everything. Now this home page, this map section is exactly what the search option is. So if you tap the top left-hand corner of map, it'll take you directly into the search. Now the other option is, what if you're more of a filter, a person who searches by filters, like in Matrix, instead of the map, then this is where you go. And the filters are much more detailed. So you can search by county, by city, by zip. You can add in that county. You can add in the address, select your property type if you're looking for sales or rentals, price, bedrooms, baths, living area. They're all here. More criteria. It's the same thing, but instead of starting your search map based, you're starting your search like if you're working Matrix through filters. We did save a property together today by a search together today in Coral Gables. You can tap on save searches and you can access that. So we did our one in Coral Gables for Alex, and when I created it, so when I tap on there, I'm able to come back into this search. All right, moving on back. Tapping on the X. Search by MLS number. If I was searching by an MLS number, I also have it available here in the same way that I have it available. Let me tap on return. Inside of the 3 lines, tapping on search, and it'll pull that MLS for me. It'll stay there if I tap on back. It'll stay, this will stay here until I delete it. So if I know it's a property that I want to keep going back to, you can save up to 10 there. This is the same search by number that you can find in the more. My favorites. We did take a property and we clicked on that little star to follow up on it. You can tap on that little my favorites, and the property that we selected to favorite will be here. If I wanted to take it off, you tap on it, you uncheck the star, you go back. It'll be removed from your favorites. Okay, so you can add them, you can remove them with a star. Moving into InstaView. InstaView is the same button that I found on More. You just have access to it. So you're in front of a property, you tap on that InstaView, and that property card will populate. I'm not specifically in front of a property, but it found property around me, so it'll give me access to anything within 410 feet from me. Tapping on back. Hot Sheets. So Hot Sheets is the ability for you to see, well, what's going on in your county. So they're a little bigger than what you're used to inside of Matrix, but I can tap on Hot Sheets. I'm going to tap on Start. They've updated it. We can now search by city, subdivision, zip codes instead of just cities like before. So before it was just cities. Even before that, it was just counties. So it looks like they heard the feedback and they've updated it for us. Start. And from here, I can put in a county, a city, an area, or a zip code. I'm so happy about that. Okay, I tap on the little plus, tapping on done. And now I can do it by city. So now that I have my city selected, it's going to show me what's happened, for example, up at the top. I can do what's happened just today. And within my city, so I have Coral Gables, I can actually also customize the property type. I'm going to tap on here, and instead of everything, I just want to see what's going on with the single families and apply. And everything that's happening in Coral Gables with the single family homes that's happened today or the past 3 days, all the way out into the past 30 days. Now, any of these searches that you're looking at, you can tap on them. So there's 38 price decreases in Coral Gables for single family homes in the last 30 days. There's 38 properties here. I can tap on these and it'll give me access. So if every once in a while I want to tap in, look at my price decrease and maybe send those out to my customer, that's another great way that you could touch base. Moving on back, clicking on the X. And so far, we've gone over all of the amazing features that you can do in MLS-Touch. What do you guys think? Is it an app that you'll be using and incorporating into your business?
Christy, it's fantastic, and thank you so much for the way you presented. It makes it very, very simple. If there's anyone that has any questions for Christy, please put them in the chat, or somehow let us know, and Christy will unmute you. Just let us know there if you just prefer to speak with us directly. Obviously, she can unmute you. We're in a different format today in Zoom versus Teams that we normally can do it. I do have a quick question for you on this, Christy. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to this or just the Q&A, but if I can ask you now.
Okay, I was laughing I thought this was a Sopranos ending.
You thought what?
One of the comments from one of the
Oh, you saw, yeah. I couldn't help. I put the smiley face. That's Frank Diaz saying, I thought this was a soprano. That's when you went off mic for a second. So from Nelson, a comment, really great app, a really good app. From Elizabeth Cooper Garcia, there's a question. Is this limited only those listings on our MLS, or does it include all listings?
So you have your service area, Miami-Dade, Broward County,
Yep.
Lucy, Palm Beach as your service area. Yep.
Correct. Just like what we do when we go on to Matrix and look for our service area, right?
Yeah.
Also from Nelson Pedrosa, can you repeat how to text the app and to add it to social media?
Yes, of
I
course.
don't know if you have time to go through all that, Christy. I got a few more questions for you, but if you could just show us briefly, maybe. I don't know.
We can tap on more. To share, it's going to be either brand and share is to customize it, but you can go direct, share my branded app, and it'll give you the 3 links. So you can send it by text, you can send it text, email, and then if you want to do it by social media, this is what you want to click. Tap, copy. And if you paste this into Facebook, that preview will automatically come out just like LinkedIn. What I did a little bit different on Instagram was I went ahead and I opened up the preview. You're welcome.
Yeah, that was great. That was very informative the way you did it on Instagram.
That was fun.
So can I ask you another question? I asked you another question from Miriam Westnet. Can customers see the listing agent's information when we share the listing?
No, so they can. So if they open up the listing, because of syndication, they still get access to scrolling all the way to the bottom and they can see the company, but they will not see the other agent's information.
Just like when we share something from Matrix as well.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing from our computer. From Maria Fernandez Gomez, excellent app. Do we set up directly on our phones or on our computer?
You download this directly from the App Store, MLS-Touch. Once you download it to get inside, you're going to pick your state. You're going to pick Florida, that you're part of Miami. And then to log in, it's going to be the same username and password you do when you get into the gateway.
Awesome. So while a few more questions pop in, feel free to add them. I have a quick question, Christy, sort of the best practice. When we typed get and then when we share with a customer our specific link, and then there's a code they have to type in. Do you think as a practice, would we do this? Would it be kind of better if we're actually with the customer? And we say, hey, let me put the app on your phone. This was the old way we used to do it, right? Let me put the app on your phone because you want them to use that code to be branded to you, but obviously we're not always in front of our customers and our initial contact with them is at a distance. So we have no choice but to share the link and remind them to use that code that they have to copy to paste into it, right?
Yes, so your link does incorporate the code. And then when you send an email, the email message also will tell them, look, if requested, be sure to add in the mobile code. When you text it, it tells them about the code. But like how you said, if you could add it for them, that's probably the best practice. If you can say it to them, sometimes they won't even read it. They'll just click and try to add. So yeah, I would make it a talking point or add it yourself if you can.
Right. So great point about making it a talking point and let them know there's a code and you have to put that code in so you can see. Okay. Then there was another question. When you share a property via SMS, do
Mhm.
they need to have the app already loaded?
No.
No. Wonderful. So you can share a property via SMS and they'll open it. This is how we can work with customers when we first started to start working with them. And then at some point, if you're going to that first showing, after you have your buyer rep agreement signed, you can go ahead and then help them right there and say, hey, why don't you go ahead? Here's the code. Here's the link to my app. And here's the code that you need to put in.
Yeah, you can just share. And when you share, they could be in your contacts. They don't even have to be. You can skip the whole thing by tapping skip. It's a new person, and as they give you their cell phone for the same first time, you start to type it in and you can send it to them. So they don't have to be in your contacts on your phone. They don't have to be in your contacts in MLS. They don't have to be a client with the app yet. You can use it.
Excellent. Question from Maria Fernandez Gomez. Is there a way to add documents to sign to the customer, i.e. a showing agreement, a buyer rep agreement? Maybe not, but it would be a great idea.
There's a button that's called feedback, uh,
Yeah,
that you could use. But as of right now, no.
right.
Great.
Exactly. And a great question from Bernice. Well, actually, you actually went through this already, Christy, but maybe we all need a quick refresh because it's probably one of the most important things we all need to do when we start to use the app. Berenice says that she is seeing a dated photo of herself on her profile. How can I change that one?
So you want to move into Matrix. Let's go ahead and move into that system. You want to be able to change that. That's actually kind of hidden. It's in the add edit section where you would typically add a new listing. There's a section that's called the roster. Actually, if you haven't done this before, not only for the app, but if you create an open house, your photo is pulled from this roster as well. Your photo is also pulled from that section. There's a consumer section on miamirealtor.com where they can find a realtor. Your photo's pulled from there too. So for everybody, roster, quick modifies where you would add your license number. Click on the edit button and then manage your photos. So again, that's on miamirealtor.com in the blue floating bar under the add edit section inside of roster quick modify. So I'll leave it here if you want to take a picture with your phone so you know where to type in your license.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's really important for all of us to do. And then we have a couple of quick questions, although I know we're running totally out of time. So you let us know, Christy, is this something you can answer? From Elizabeth Cooper Garcia. When I linked my Facebook, it takes my personal profile photo for the link instead of the business page photo. Any thoughts?
Whenever you're going to connect your phone to your business page, I would already make sure that I have it set up that I've opened it to the business side. It makes it easier for it to connect. So I would try to connect again. Just make sure that your app is already on your business. You've switched the account and then try.
Okay, great. Liz, if that doesn't work for you, reach out to me. We can always email Christy. Christy's super responsive on all of this. And we had a quick question from Irene. I think I answered it correctly, Christy, but please let me know. It says, is the code included in the text when we share the app, or do we send it separately?
The code is added into the text. So if when you share the app and you text it, the code is there. But if you share,
Awesome.
for example, if you're just sharing the property, it's not there. So it's available only if you're sharing. But if you're just sharing a listing, it's not going to show the additional information of downloading the app.
Okay. Which we would do separately, either when we're with them or after we start to work with them. If we want to do more than just sending properties to them by SMS, we want to actually have them in the app.
Yeah.
Engaging. Super. Well, thank you very, very much, Christy. This is a very, very powerful app, and we really love the way you make it so simple and present it. I mean, while we were talking, I actually downloaded when you got on and I followed through. So if I could do it, all of you can do it. And now I feel like I can help all of you too, not just Christy. So don't hesitate to reach out. Christy's going to continue to host us. Again, Christy, we thank you very much. You're the best. Miami Realtors is very fortunate to have you, and so are we. You're always step up to us and sponsor these meetings or host these meetings, which is really great for us. So thank you again, Christy. Appreciate your time. Christy's going to continue to host this session, and we have a guest speaker who's a colleague, a past colleague of ours. We all know him in the real estate industry. Casey Larios is here with us today. He's going to be presenting Rock 14 and Miami residences. I'm not sure if Casey is still on, although I do see we have gone a little bit late. We appreciate your patience, Casey. I don't have a text from Casey saying anything's up, but he should be on here. Christy, are you able to make Casey Larios a presenter as well? And
Morning.
Casey, good morning or good afternoon now. Good afternoon. We'd love to hear about your project. Thank you for joining us.
Give me the opportunity today to be here with you guys. I really appreciate it. Let me see if I can share my screen. And yes, I can. And I'm gonna talk to you guys about this new project located in the new district of Miami called Signature District. It's located, the name of Signature District, it comes because it's next to the Signature Bridge. Signature Bridge is this project made for the city of Miami that the city of Miami is investing around $1 billion between the bridge and the park that the name will be the underdeck. The underdeck will have 33 acres of park, and it will start from Biscayne Boulevard all the way to I-95. Okay, this is the rendering of the project. 14 block, it will be on 14th Street and First Avenue. As you guys can see, it's inspired by and infused by elegance and nature. A lot of wood, very elegant. We will be a boutique building located in this new district, 32 floors, 283 units, from studios all the way to 2 bedrooms. This building, it will be located, as I mentioned, in the new district of Miami, Signature District. But it's not just about location, it's also timing, since it's in the middle of the Culture and District Art district, right? I call it a 5 minutes project, since it's 5 minutes walk from the Sign District, a block away from the Grand Center. Also, we have a 5 minutes from the First Science Museum and the Paris Museum, very well located. 5 minutes away, walking distance, crossing the new underdeck, the new park. I call it the center part of the south of the United States. We will have the Miami World Center will be a private investment with $6 billion. Also, the Brightline Station, very important to know that block away from 14th Block, we will have the last stop for the Metro Mover, which one of the stops is the Brightline Station. Just the Brightline Station is investing this year $70 million, will be the expansion from Orlando to Tampa. So that will also be done by 2027 when we deliver our project. Just the area, the traffic in the area is very important, you guys, to sell it this way as well, since downtown Miami is changing. Miami in general is changing after COVID. So just in this area, we're receiving 10 million people on the Brightline Station riders. The Port Miami. Miami is the city of the port, the city of the cruises, right? Every cruise depart from Miami, or they will stop in Miami. So just in the port, we have 7.2 million people using the port and 1.4 million people at the Casella Center, which will be in between concerts. or other type of the Miami Heat playing. So over there, we have almost 17 million people just in this area. We're not counting their F1 or Basel, Ultra, and all these events that Miami have year to year, right? 14 Rock will be a block away from the underdeck. This is the new Central Park. This is the new Miami. This is the way Miami is growing. Signature, the signature bridge, they call it a signature since every big city of Miami, like New York, Chicago, has a signature on the city. So Miami cannot be behind. So they create this beautiful bridge. It's going to be light up during the night. And under that, we will have this beautiful park on the deck. As I mentioned to you guys, it will start from Biscayne Boulevard all the way to I-95. The park will have from amphitheaters, water park for kids. We'll have 3 acres of event laws, 15 acres of urban garden, 4 acres of path and plazas, and 1 mile of trees. Very beautiful. City of Miami is changing the view of Miami. Welcome home. Every unit comes fully furnished. Every unit comes turnkey. When we said turnkey, sheets, pillows, plates, everything. Every unit comes with a balcony, including the furniture of the balcony. The building has no type of restriction. The owner is going to be a true owner, which means they can manage it themselves or pay a third party to manage it. This is a rendering of the lobby. The person in charge of the lobby will be able to help you coordinate the turnaround of the unit in the daily, weekly, or monthly base that you guys can rent it out, or yearly as well, or the owners can live it as well. Kitchens will be designed by Craft. The counters are going to be stone. Monogram are going to be the appliances, very high end, very beautiful, elegant. Every unit comes with a sofa bed. Every unit has 10 floor high ceiling windows, so that way you can have a lot of light. The space is going to look bigger. Every unit comes fully furnished, even though including rugs, lamps, everything that you guys see over here on the rendering. The amenities, we will have 3 floors of amenities. We're going to have a rooftop pool on the 32nd floor with the view of the city of Miami, a block away the Grand Center. You're going to be able to see the bridge. You're going to be able to see the port of Miami, beautiful skyline of Miami. It's going to be a sun deck, 8 hours a day of sun. Beautiful pool. We also going to have common areas, which we're going to have a chef kitchen where you guys are going to be able to throw your do your parties, reserve all this area, pool, spa. 31st floor, we're going to have a co-working space with a podcast room, a kids room. Now that we're living in this digital nomad like new era, so we are focusing a lot on a co-working space with spaces that we're gonna have for meetings, little pods for work, and you name it. 31st floor. And the 5th floor, we're gonna have a barbecue area, yoga terrace for sunset and sunrise yoga, cardio room, gym, sauna, steam room, cold plunge. We're gonna have a theater, karaoke room, a play area for biller, every type of games for table games, right? This is inspiration of the 5th floor. We will have private yoga rooms, and over here you can see the renderings, very beautiful, very elegant. A gym with the weights. The team will be March and White Design. They are a designer group from Europe, located in London. Right now, they open up an office over here in Miami. They also have offices in New York and Los Angeles. They're in charge of curating every unit. The architect is RSP Architect. And the developer, very important. The developer is Mr. Russell Galwood. He's just this year, he's delivering 3 buildings. One of them is 5 Park, Miami Beach, 72nd Park, North Miami Beach, and Gil Miami, where we have the sales center. The building has 283 residences, 32 stories from studio all the way to 2 bedroom. Something different about this project besides the 2.5 floors of amenities and being direct for digital nomads, we will have units from the 1 bedroom that they have an office space, right? They're gonna have this little office space. All of them, they're furnished, completely turnkey. We starting from 400,000 all the way to 1.1 on the 2 bedroom. Right now we are on friends and family prices with studios from 492. We have one, and we have a 2 bedroom for 898 right now. You guys have any questions so far? Let's see.
Thank you. Thank you, Casey. A quick question. Yeah, I don't see any in the chat, but please feel free, maybe they are. Oh, there we go. Okay, no, just actually a comment from Christy Denny saying that bridge is going to be beautiful. And I'm so glad Christy pointed that out, because if you don't know a lot about the Signature Bridge, thank you, Casey, for talking about that. That is a huge, huge deal, a really big deal, that Signature Bridge. So you should look that up and find more information. And you can see where 14 Rock is going to be right there. That's impressive. So Casey, what are the commission? What are we doing with commission? What's commission? Commission, parking, pets, things like that.
Commission will be, thank you, Diane. Commission will be 6% for brokers. Right now, since I mentioned that we are friends and family prices, so these prices are directly just for brokers or direct clients that we have. We're gonna launch in 1 more week. As soon as we get rid of this inventory, we're gonna come with regular prices. Over here, you guys can see from Google Earth from where this new place, this new district is gonna be. This is the missing link of Miami. Miami is changing. So this area over here is the Signature district, where the Signature Bridge is gonna be right here. Part will start here all the way to here. So we are a block away from the park. This is the new Center Park. This is the Center Park of the South, right? The underdeck, that's the name of the park, will start from Biscayne Boulevard from here all the way to I-95. So it will change the entire scene of Miami. It will change the entire Miami area. We're paying 6%. Right now we are underserved with 10%. 10% in December. We're gonna get into contract, and then next year 1 more payment of 10%. I will share with you right now.
Casey, you mentioned you have a 2 bedroom, 898.
898. That's correct.
And these are limited pricing. And another quick question: the 14. What does the 14 refer? Is that the street you're on?
It's in 14th Street.
Yeah. Okay.
We're on 14th Street and First Avenue.
Yeah, 14 Rock. Great.
That's payments scheduled for brokers: 10% at reserve, 10% at contract. Right. In December, we're gonna go convert into contract, and you guys gonna get paid 35% of your commission. Next year, your client just have to give 1 more payment of 10% by summer 2025, which will be June, July. They have to pay 10%, and you guys are gonna get paid 15% of your commission. Then in 2026, when we get to the 15th floor, your client paid 10%, and you guys get paid another 10%. And then by summer of 2026, which will be June, July, another 10% from the client with a complete of 50%. The other 50% you guys can, your client can finance as well.
Terrific. And also special for Coldwell Banker, right? No clawback clause, right?
Yes.
We'll work on that, but no clawback clause for sure. I don't see any other questions. If anybody wants to add something, I will be sending out. Casey's going to send to me all the information, Dropbox and everything in one email with his contact information. I will push it out later today to all of you so that you can reach out directly to him. And there are no other questions. So thank you, Casey. Really appreciate it. We wish you the best with the project. It looks great. Oh, can you just tell us quickly? I got a text from someone here. Can you tell us quickly what is the price of your least expensive studio right now, assuming that someone went to buy today?
Someone wants to buy today. We still have the 492 studio. I don't have it in this list since it's on. Someone wants to buy it, put it on hold. right? But these are the prices. I will share with you as well the actual price list that we have. We
Okay.
have one, we still have that 492 studio, 498, sorry. I just don't have it on I have it on hold for someone. So, but if you guys sign today the reservation contract, I will just give it to you since I don't have anything signed yet. So,
Okay.
we
And
have,
I see you have a one bed plus den for 657 and a one bedroom for 616. So some good entry level prices.
we had a one bedroom last week for 898. A two bedroom for 898 facing east.
Okay. Super. And we will be sending, Nelson, we will be sending the Dropbox. There's a question in the chat. We will be sending, Casey will forward all that to us. And for expediency, we're going to go ahead and blast it to everyone. So thank you for asking for that. Thank you very much, Casey. Really appreciate you being here. We wish you the best with the project, and you will definitely be our contact.
Thank you, you rock. I really appreciate you taking into consideration for this.
Thank you. Thanks again. Okay, so we are wrapping up our meeting. If any of you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We are full staff here, so just reach out and let us know. If you want to talk, obviously, let me know, put it in the chat. We'd love to talk to you. Our next meeting is 2 weeks from today. We will be pushing that out on Monday. And next week, of course, we have our Coaching to Confidence on Monday. Very important at 12 noon. We have some great topics. Leslie's going to be sending that later today, right after Coaching to Confidence at 12 noon. At 1:15, we're going to have a lunch and learn with San Juanita Murphy here in the office. Take some interest in your wealth and health and listen to what San Juanita is offering, all about saving for yourself, paying yourself first, and how to set up a plan to really start to build on your wealth. So it'll be here live in the office. Of course, you can always reach out to San Juanita directly. And then we will be doing, obviously, our open houses and sending that all to you on Wednesday as well. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Really appreciate you being here. Charlotte will be back in the office